All right, Jonathan Bullard here. I am answering some questions for Laura with the GDA for the GDA magazine, and writing long emails is not my favorite thing in the world, and I thought this might be a good way to answer Laura's questions and maybe give some of you a feeling for who I am and what I'm about. So I know it's 10:30. I know a lot of us, we do our preparation for GMOM in between patients because we're all working professionals and at night. So it's 10:30. I'm hoping to get a little bit of exercise after this, but here it goes. So I'm just going to read her questions and I'll give you the best answers I can. Hello, Carolyn. All right. So can you describe your involvement in past GMOM events? I can. I have been involved in GMOM once before in 2011. I was a new graduate from dental school. I don't remember how I heard about it, probably through a flyer. Back then, I remember driving up to Atlanta. I helped out on a Saturday, and I stayed with a relative up in Atlanta and arrived early. I was surprised when I got there at the organization and how much went into what was going on, and it was a unique experience for me. I remember mostly just finding my spot and seeing some of my classmates that we had recently graduated from dental school, so that was really nice, and just grinding it out. That's what I remember. I had a chair, sometimes two chairs. I had some nice assistants that I met, some that worked on military bases. I remember a lot of fillings and some extractions, a lot of gratitude. In particular, I remember a young lady, just at the end of the day, everybody was cleaning up, trying to shut down, and I was able to do some class 5 restorations just across the front for her, which, Laura, I don't know if you want to print that I did more than one restoration, because I know we try and just do one per person, but at any rate, just being able to do something that was aesthetic for her. And anytime, at these events, you can give someone the ability to smile where they haven't had that ability in the past or in the recent past. Just something that's very common, seeing her tears and experiencing that. So just really filling up that part of my heart for giving. So that was my experience with GMOM. Recently, a few of us went to the Florida Mission of Mercy. That was a unique event as well. They really have their stuff together down in Florida, and it was a good event. We learned a lot. But since your question was about GMOM, I'll stick to that. Are there any memorable patients that you can tell us just a little bit about? Well, that was my one patient, and actually my other most memorable patient was in Florida. I wasn't the actual practitioner, but actually there's a lot of video on it on the same page. But just seeing someone who just in that particular day, finding their way through to the event through just a set of circumstances, seeing it on the news or calling her dad and seeing it on the news and riding a bus with her wheelchair and riding her wheelchair down the road to the event, and then just arriving and then getting more service than she expected. She was a patient who got a complete denture, and that's something I hope that we incorporate this year at our event. Just seeing someone who really, she's not someone who I think can do a whole lot for herself, and just seeing so many circumstances and so many people's efforts coming together to care for her, and then seeing her gratitude for that. Just she wasn't a spring chicken, but she certainly expressed that she felt like a kid, how excited she was, and just looking around and seeing, there are thousands of people around her, and knowing that so many people worked to organize something that was directly benefited her. She was so excited. So those are two of my most memorable impacting things that I saw at these events. What does GMOM mean to you? That's a great question. And that's something when I was asked to be a local co-chair for this event that I had to search for myself, because I had a lot, or I had some things going on, but as we all do when the event was coming up, and I had some nice support, and it was a big decision for me whether I was going to try and tackle being in this spot or not, because I was invited to do it because I've had some similar events in my office, but really I just have a great team at my office, and they support me so much that frankly, I had the idea, or I got the idea from someone, Dr. Monticello down in Florida, to do a dentistry from the heart event at my office, and we've done that twice, but my team members really, grabbed the bull by the horn, no pun intended with the last name, but they just helped make it happen. But that's really a smaller version. We would see about 90 patients, and we'd have some dentists come in and join us for the day and just help see the patients. But really, it's fairly similar to the event, because you rely on so many of your friends and your colleagues to join you. So let me look what the question was. Okay, so what does it mean to me? So through all of that and being asked to join the event, I had to ask myself, why am I doing it? And I asked the people who were asking me, which I will call out. Let's see, Dr. Vernon and Dr. Jason Sayer and Paul Trotter. They're much more involved with the Eastern District and with the GDA, but they asked me if I would be involved. So I asked them certainly what it meant to them and why they were doing it, because really, to me, if you don't know why you're doing something, you shouldn't be doing it. So my why really just comes down, and at that moment is what we're doing for the patients, like that experience and what happens that day, and what we can do to serve them. Also, I felt I feel like we get put in positions for certain reasons, and we're asked to do things when it's the right time. So I feel like we're all on a path, and there's a plan for us, and so it's a lot of times those opportunities are just put right in front of you, and it's it's your choice or your responsibility to make a move. So that's what I did. But so to answer your question, it's primarily just for that experience we can create for the patients, making the impact, potentially seeing a couple of thousand patients and just helping making that happen. And then as we moved along, I've seen it kind of fits in. I think I have a little piece of me that just really enjoys the organizational part of it. And it was really just an honor for my colleagues and peers to ask me to do it. So I hope that answers that question. And let's see, do you have any comments on the value of a large group of GDA members volunteering for this event in the terms of public awareness or the positive promotion of the profession? I think anytime you get a big group of people together to serve is a big win. In this specific instance, yes, I think perception of the profession is important, and hopefully it's not just a perception of how we want people to see us, but it's just a reflection of who we really are, and what we're about and how we want to serve. And I think certainly if you're going to try and move things as a profession and as a group, that that you need to show those things, what you're about and what's important to you, and acknowledge the problems that there are, in the state and in the country, but certainly within our own state, and just show that we're not just about ourselves. You know, we're about the greater good and what we can do to help. Let's see. What are you looking forward to with GMOM in Augusta in 2018? You know, I am most looking forward to just seeing everything come together. It's there's a lot of people I've talked to on the phone that I probably won't meet until that Thursday when we get things started. So just seeing it all culminate and work out, because there's so many details that we're working on, and so many people who are, you know, are already and who are gonna pour themselves into this event, and really beyond anything else, just seeing the people in the chair, you know, just being touched by what's, you know, all of the efforts, and just seeing just things really happening. You know, it's so easy to talk about things happening and talk about giving and all of this, but just to see everyone come together in such a large effort and having an effect that I expect, you know, that's happened in the past and happens all over the country. Seeing that happen is exciting to me. I'm looking forward to it, and it certainly motivates me to keep moving along. Certainly, it's exciting to know that there's so many people who have done this event before and are encouraged to continue on and are being so supportive for this go round. And it's also exciting to see new people like myself, you know, getting involved and helping to make it happen. Let's see. What would I say to members to encourage them to get involved or give? You know, I think most everyone has somewhere inside them a need to give and a desire to serve others. So really just making those people aware of the event and what it's about, and then just realizing, you know, within our own offices, I'm sure all of us give treatment away, or we take care of people who we see who need it. Certainly I'm put in that position a lot. But I would say if you have that need and you have that desire, you know, there's a lot of people, your peers and colleagues, who are working hard to just make experiencing that and giving back just as easy as it can be. You know, just having a chair, having your supplies just right in front of you, and having the support you need to just sit down and give back, and it's a, you know, it's a win for the patient, it's a win for the community, and it's a, you know, and it's a win for everyone involved, especially the person whose, you know, hands are doing the dentistry. Amber, that's right. She says you can never go wrong when you serve with compassion. That's right. Amber's my number one at the office. I'll say one of my number ones in case anybody else sees this video, but she's certainly great, and she's made the events we did in the office. She made those happen, and she makes so many things happen for me in my life. All right. So, as far as giving, I mean, I think that goes without saying. I mean, this event, I mean, nothing can happen without money. I mean, there's so many parts of it that aren't money. So much in-kind giving that's going to happen, but certainly there's a cost. But just knowing that in this instance, that for every dollar you give or anyone gives can be turned into $7, $8, $9 worth of dentistry, and knowing that the people who are making the event happen are going to make good use of your money, and you're going to be able to see those results, and you know, and there's good efforts being made to help these events make a continuing, lasting effect in the communities where they're held. So, just it's a great thing to give to, and a great thing where you're going to make a direct impact in many people's lives. Let's see, anything else of interest? I would just say thank you so much. Certainly, we're not reinventing the wheel with this event. It's been a big effort by Karen Stockwell and Jonathan Dubin, Richard Smith, and so many people in the GDA office, so many people to build up a base of knowledge and grow the event. And to the Florida Mom, where we visited. Some people have been to Tennessee and other events around the country. I think Karen's been to a ton of them. But I just would want to express my gratitude to the people who are helping make this happen. And there's so many parts of it where we can just be assured and confident that someone is taking care of their piece. Let's see. The only other things this year, we're hoping to add some complete denture work that's been done in the past. We're going to take a little bit different approach this year. Dr. Kumar Patel has been working on that, and we're excited for it. And there's the Florida Dental Association. There's a video down below, a live video with Dr. Paramore talking about an impact study, and that's something that can help us have long-lasting impacts in the communities that we serve, and something that we're looking into. It can help with fundraising for the event and help grow and make the events more effective and make the foundation more, I would say, soluble or financially sound. So that's a real positive and something that I'm sure you'll be hearing about. But I think that's about it. Laura, I hope I answered all of your questions. I do see a request for a picture, so I'll do my best. And I hope maybe if anybody watch this, they get a little bit better feel for me. And I appreciate everyone's support. And I'll look forward to seeing some of you the 28th of April and hopefully all of you in August. Have a great night.